Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Daniela and today we'll continue with Mindhunter, this time episode 6 of the first season. The last episode, Bill and Holden, another police officer, went to Benjamin to talk about Beverly Jean. Benjamin being her boyfriend slash fiance slash maybe future husband. He said that he didn't know anything about um, her death. They talked about how they were getting along. Um, Apparently they were fine. They had little arguments, but nothing so special. He bought a place for themselves to live together and all that, and you know said that Beverly was so special for him, and he really cared about her. Then they went to talk with his mother. Um, his mother said that they seem to love each other, and that Beverly was good for him. The next on the list was Frank, Rose's husband. Rose being Benjamin's sister, because apparently had some past problems with violence, and in his opinion Beverly Jean was a person that was you know liking the attention of other men, what he said, um, but also that she was good um, for Benjamin. They went also at they questioned Rose as well. She also said that they that Benjamin and Beverly were not necessarily arguing, but Benjamin had some problems with her. For example, that she was doing her hair. Nice, but she doesn't know anything. In the end, Rose came by the police station and kind of confessed that she was called by Frank that something horrible happened and she should come at Benjamin's house and bring some cleaning supplies. When she went there, Beverly was in the bathroom, in the bathtub, facing up, naked from her waist down. There was blood everywhere, and that she cleaned. And Frank wrapped the body in a tarp, and him and Benjamin just left. When she was questioned who did it, she said that she doesn't know. Maybe what happened is Frank had a liking, kind of. He forced himself upon her because Frank has a past, and I don't know, it seemed like also present with violence. And Rose having bruises on her arm, and apparently he's very possessive. He doesn't let anyone getting close to Rose, so that tells something. While he was abusing Beverly Jean, maybe Benjamin came back and saw them too, and instead of getting angry with Frank, he got angry with Rose and killed her. I don't know, something is not connecting. Her breasts were cut and all those mutilation happened after her death, few days after. And that seemed like something that Benjamin would do because he had more of a sentimental relation to her, Because, like, why would Frank do that? I feel that the mutilation is more personal, more intimate. I don't know, but I can't wait to see this episode. Anyway, as usual, I got something to drink. The episode is ready to start. So, without further ado, let's do this.
What the fuck were you crying about last time we saw you? And secondly, and this one is a big question, so I want you to listen very carefully. Are you listening to me? Why would you do that to Beverly Jean? Fractured jaw, 2 black eyes, 14 stab wounds in the torso with a kitchen knife, blow to the head, blunt force trauma. Her breasts were amputated. Why would you do that to your girlfriend, man?
I didn't.
So you're telling us it was Frank?
He called us. He was freaked out. I went over. I walked into the living room and Beverly Jean was knocked out on the floor, tied up. Benji was a total mess.
Stabbing her like
Tried to
that.
get in her panties or something, but she wouldn't let him,
That's
so he
so
knocked her out.
That's why he called you.
He always calls me when he's in trouble.
So why'd you kill her?
Don't answer that.
I didn't.
Who would take a hunting knife to a woman's reproductive organs?
All right.
All right.
All right. There's nothing right about it.
That's enough. You know, my client's also a victim here.
A victim. Interesting. Tell us you're not a monster. Give us one good reason to believe.
She fucked Frank.
He told you this?
I saw it.
What did you see?
I saw her on the living room floor with Frank on top of her.
So what did you do?
Nothing.
You didn't
But
do
it was
anything?
consensual.
No.
You didn't hit him?
No.
You hit her.
He's always saying he liked her hair every time he saw her. Thing is, he didn't care about her hair at all. He just used it to rile me. Too stupid to notice.
So you killed her.
I didn't kill her. She's already dead when I stabbed her.
Why do you want to fuck your brother-in-law's girlfriend?
Maybe you wanted to show him how to do it.
Maybe you were just trying to mess with him.
Fuck you.
I hope they fry your ass in the fucking chair.
Don't try to intimidate my client.
If Benjamin killed her,
Who
you should
killed
just
her?
tell us.
I didn't see Benji kill her.
Rose.
When you're lost, you play the odds. It's Benjamin.
I'm not so sure. You should have seen Frank after he walked out of the room. He looked at me and he said, I did not see Benjamin kill
They're
her.
messing with us.
I believed him.
He had his head in his hands. He was crying. There is blood everywhere, splashing at them.
Was she alive?
She said she was dead. If she was dead, how did the blood was still splashing?
She was there, splashing. She doesn't describe splashes on the wall. She uses a verb in the present tense. She says splashing.
Maybe her
The three of
eyes
them
were
together.
black and
That's right.
Hi, welcome. Please come in.
Hi! I'm so happy that you're here. Come in. I'm Nancy.
I'm Bill.
Debbie. I've heard a lot about you.
I saw Nancy's the actress that plays Nancy somewhere else, but I don't remember where.
Look at your babies. Would you like a glass of wine?
I'd love one.
I have so much to talk to you about.
Well, hello there.
Say hello, Brian.
I always used to see how tall I could make the tower before it fell over.
Uh-oh. Brian, it's almost time to brush your teeth.
He was in an orphanage for 13 months, but we haven't been able to find out where he was before then. How he got there. If I have to be completely honest, I did it for my own sake. Sometimes I wonder if I'm doing it well enough or if it would have been better for him to have gone to somebody else's home.
I think he's very lucky to have you.
I don't know. How do you tell? Sometimes I get up at night and watch him sleeping, but I can't help but wonder who he was before we got him. What did he see or hear? Did anyone hold him when he cried? I just wish I knew what went on inside that little head of his.
It's always the mother, isn't it? They all have a crazy, angry mother.
Or an absent father. Benjamin only changed after his father took off. Maybe it has nothing to do with the mother.
Aren't all fathers absent in some way? I know my old man was never around.
Your father really didn't speak to you?
Nope.
But you speak with Brian.
You want one more?
Because he felt the absence. He's not trying to be as his father.
Mark, that's not right. Obviously, there's something he doesn't understand. Okay, look, I'll call you back. Shit, it's not your fault, Mark. The DA is going after Benjamin first, which no doubt means he'll end up offering a plea deal for Frank's and Rose's testimony.
Did O'Kasich tell him about Frank's history of violence?
I'm sure he did.
Frank Janderman was happily married with a new baby on the way.
But Frank didn't want to be a father. He hated that.
Is that a motive?
No, it's what we call a stressor.
So you think Frank did it?
Benjamin would not have been able to do it on his own.
You're saying Benjamin was provoked by Frank.
Pushed, yes. Frank saw his chance and raped Beverly Jane.
Who killed her?
All three of them are responsible for her death.
So they all mutilated the body?
Well, no, that was Benjamin. And left her body at the dump, wrapped up. But Benjamin came back a few days later. He couldn't let go. Benjamin knocked her out because he felt like he was rejected, which is a stressor. He tied her up and called his brother-in-law Frank because he didn't know what to do. So Frank comes over and takes advantage of the situation. Benjamin doesn't stop him because he wants to see her humiliated. Frank knows that he's in trouble. So he starts telling Benjamin what a slut she is. So they kill her. Then they call Rose, have her come and help clean up. And she sees the poor girl in the bathtub and realizes that she's still alive. So they stab her again. And then they move the body to the dump.
Thought you were back tomorrow.
Was. Plans changed.
Oh,
We talked about that.
sorry. But I'm so glad you're home early. Intellectually, these people have reached their limits. They will never understand the discourse on any deeper level, nor will they ever become conversant in your vernacular.
I mean, I actually think that they're quite intuitive. I'm having a really hard time juggling my research and everything back here.
I warned you this would happen.
Well, I'm torn, and I'm not really delivering either place, and I should be spending more time at Quantico.
I think that's a bad idea. But you know best.
I'm not sure I do. That's why I wanted to talk it over.
Your review is in 3 months. If you aren't tenured, you'll have to leave the university.
Yeah, you needn't remind me.
It's no secret. I find it difficult watching you waste your time down there.
Waste my time. Do you think that I'm wasting my time?
Come on, I don't want to argue about this.
Neither do I.
Babe, focus on the thing that will make your career.
They've offered me a full-time position.
I'm sure it's flattering, but honestly, you said it yourself. These people have reached their intellectual limits.
No, I didn't say that.
Do they know you're lesbian?
Of course not.
Exactly. You can't be yourself.
I can't tell any of your friends I work with the FBI because it could reflect badly on you.
That's not.
You offered him a plea bargain?
He just pled guilty to third-degree murder. And he is now facing 5 to 20 years in a state psychiatric hospital.
You've misunderstood.
But it was never Frank. It was all Benjamin.
You know that's not true.
Frank motivated Benjamin to commit murder, and...
She said he pushed his buttons.
And that Benjamin came back and disfigured the body. Well, guess what? Frank confirmed all that. Frank didn't rape her. Benjamin did. And the victim was already dead when Frank got...
He was frustrated and humiliated. It was impossible for him to rape the victim.
I understand the righteousness of your cause. But this is an exceptionally difficult and disturbing case. Frank told us where to find the victim's breasts. Benjamin had kept them.
You're letting Frank off. He shouldn't just go to a mental institution for 5 years. He should be put away for life.
5 to 20 years. And the defense is arguing that the state had a duty of care the first time Frank was in the hospital.
Jerome Brudos, king of souvenirs.
Brudos, the shoe guy?
Who's he?
6, 7 years ago. Sometimes he wore women's dresses.
He plastic cast the breasts and made them into bronze paperweights.
He's creative.
His second victim, he amputated a foot, which he stored in his freezer. Do you mind if I take that room?
For what?
For my office?
Oh, sure, fine. Go ahead.
So that was a thing. It was kind of a short episode, 30-something minutes, but was quite interesting nonetheless. Holden and Bill kind of figure out what happened, but the DA didn't want to listen, but also didn't have many evidence of what exactly happened to Beverly Jane. They came to the conclusion that all three did the murder, but only Benjamin is getting the harsher punishment. Now Dr. Carr went back to Boston to her, I think, girlfriend. I don't think it's fiance at, in that period of time, because they are still hiding it. Her girlfriend was afraid that, not necessarily afraid, but like she didn't quite agree for her to work for Quantico. Like, what would it happen if they found out she's lesbian? And she wasn't very supportive. And I think Dr. Carr felt as well, because she went against her girlfriend and bought an apartment near Quantico, and she's gonna continue working for it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy. I will see you next time. Bye.